Bruh, this episode of Arrow Season 2, Episode 7, The Longbow Hunters, bruh. This was pretty damn hype, man. I like this episode, man. We finally get a continuation of the flash forward, is what I'm going to be calling them, because that's actually what they're called. William, gets a little bit more information as to why he went to Leon Yu and what he was looking for there. They broke, William actually gave Roy a bit of a story as to how everything went after, pretty much Oliver and Felicity and everyone else deserted him. Um, Felicity got an ex-boyfriend, got a boyfriend, which became the former ex-boyfriend. Treated William like a dick, and he just couldn't take it anymore. And Rory actually had to stop him. Actually, he said, "Well, honestly, look, I'm not here to reminisce about the past." Because William brought up, Thea, and it's funny thing that Rory says that because they actually ended up having to dig up the past, literally. And what they brought up and what they digged up is Oliver's arrow, bow and arrow, and possibly even his uniform too. Now, of course, comes speculation because of that. William wondering what the hell does my father want me to do with a bow? I don't even know how to shoot one. But Roy knew exactly what was going to go down, the message Felicity had for him. But before William could actually read the message, Roy burned it, and he says, "Look, you can't go back." William says, "Go back where?" He said, "Go back to Star City," which means only to me that William's gonna actually gonna have to be trained by the Red Arrow, aka Roy Harper, or I should say his real name, Arson. And so I really look forward to seeing how that actually goes. I think they will be training each other. Another thing is, I liked how Renee, Felicity, and Curtis went on their little Longbow Hunters scavenger hunt. They tried to back down to a warehouse where they could find or more info on the Longbow Hunters to no avail. In fact, Felicity ended up actually jeopardizing an Argus operation, to which actually made John say, "Look, you can't be a part of this. You're a civilian. I'm only abiding by Argus's laws, and even though I know you want to get involved because this affects you personally, I can't let you get involved. But it's only on that one mission where they actually get the what I'll call the maximum battery from Diaz, because it's actually used to power a high energy weapon. That I guess Felicity says, all right, I'm donezo with this, man. I'm not letting you guys do this anymore. I'm gonna be going after Diaz myself, and that includes you, Curtis. You know, and it makes a lot of sense because we actually got a little bit more detail as to why John didn't take on the mantle as of the Reno. That's what Oliver requested, and even Felicity asked him like, "Why didn't you do that?" And John gave a pretty good answer. Look, I saw what the hood did to your family. I didn't want the same thing to happen with my family. And even though it's selfish, it's very understandable. The hood comes with many consequences, and one of them being your family not wanting to fuck with you, and it just being in dismantle and just being in disarray. And Felicity completely understood that. We also looked at the dynamic relationship between Dinah and Laurel, which I found really interesting because one happened to be the killer, vigilante, aka Vance. I'm sorry, Vince. The love of Dinah. They went undercover together. They actually fell in love with each other, and unfortunately, Vince bit the dust at the hand of the Black Siren, Laurel Lance, the DA. And obviously, Dinah never honestly forgave her for that, as you can see and tell. I mean, who would forgive her for that, something like that? So, like, I mean, like, you were catching to have disdain towards her because even Dinah told her straight up, look, I don't give a fuck about you. All I care about is the DA. All I care about is getting Diaz the right way. To hell with you. And then it's only when, Black Siren, or Laurel, as I like to call her, goes to Diaz's former Quadrant warehouse is what I'll call it. Is where they meet two of the longbow hunters. No, I think it's just one. Yeah. Just one. Just to make sure. Pretty much, I guess, just to just check the bases. Just to make sure no one else is gonna try to be there and try to go after Diaz. Because mind you, Diaz is going after that high energy battery that Arcus designed for that could actually even like power up a whole city or level a whole city. And it's there where we see the battle between Laurel and one of the longbow hunters and Dinah, because Dinah's there to back her up because she ditched her security detail and things like that. We even actually said you actually hear them have a bit of a dialogue where Laurel says after the fact, after the big fight between the two of them, which I thought was pretty badass. She just flips the switch and this sonic dampener just can pretty much just shields her from any high octane sound vibrations to a certain frequency. But we saw with the double canary scream that it actually broke and she's able to get away. But back to the dialogue between Dinah and Laurel after the big fight. Laurel pretty much just like apologized for killing Vance right in front of Dinah, even though Dinah said, "Look, please don't." And she said, "Look, I need you to hear this." Pretty much, I'm sorry for what I did, and I'll do whatever. And I know, and that's okay. I don't expect you to forgive me for what I did to you. Killing Vinny is what she called him. And I know you'll never pretty much either forgive me, but I just need you to know I'm very, very sorry, and I'm not that person anymore. And you see, a bit of some emotion on Diane's face, obviously, because she loved Vince to death, and that's like still a fresh wound for her, obviously, she's just covering it up. So I really look forward to seeing what happens between the two of them. Another thing I want to break down really is just Oliver staying in prison. Oliver's, now that, everyone is pretty much, he's known now. I mean, everyone pretty much, is a bit of pretty afraid of him, afraid of him now, including his little cellmate friend, his buddy. I don't really know his name that much. I don't think they even revealed his name yet, but I hope they do soon. Oliver is pretty much, trying to find out more about Ricardo Diaz, obviously, while he's inside. And one of them, one of the prison enemies, if you will, part of the clique. I think his name is Brick or Brick, one of the two. He says, "Look, man, you can take out the main security guard because like the guy's pretty much a dick, and he just needs to be taken care of." Oliver, of course, is very content on that. He's like, "Look, I don't want to do this. It's not how I do things." And Rhodes is like, "Yo, look, yeah, that's not how you do things out there, but not in here. It's a completely different ball game." So Oliver finds, a couple ways to do that. First, they got to a computer to look up, information about the guard. He's pretty much like a law-abiding, guard, doing this thing. He's been there for like 12 years, has a wife and son, and he's always been a dick. So it's during, Oliver's cell checkup that Oliver says, "Look, man, he tried to warn him, like, look, man, someone's trying to kill you." He said, "Newsflash, inmate, everyone is trying to kill me." And Oliver's like, "Look, man, I'm not talking about that. Look, someone's trying to kill you, man. I'm just trying to help you out. I'm just trying to do the good thing." He said, "Okay, well, we're doing the good thing. You're wearing that damn costume and killing those people, letting the criminals run rampant in your city. No thanks." So, in order, because since Oliver was on the clock, in order to actually execute this plan to get the guy out of there, Oliver fake stabbed him. Well, not faked himself, but he actually made it look like the guard actually stabbed him, and he actually got pulled up out of there. And now Oliver's just laying on the ground like with a wound in his side, but it was only to get the guy up out of there. Oliver has his way of doing things. Even Briggs was like, "All right, cool. I mean, all right, all right." So now he's gonna give him more information hopefully next week, and I look forward to that. This has been your boy Cherry Speaks. Make sure you guys hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. If you guys have any requests as to what you guys want me to talk about next, please let me know in the comment section below. This has been your boy Cherry Speaks. I love you guys. God bless.